music videos.
Hello,
So,
and welcome to The Adventure Continues, where members of Big Bad Evil Guys sit down to discuss the current actual play campaign taking place. I am JT, host and DM to these wonderful and numerous individuals tonight. I am joined by Yirko, Colby, Sora, and Luna. First time we've had this many people in here. Hi guys.
Hi.
This is awesome.
howdy.
Hi.
This thanks, Luna. This time, oh, by the way, this is the first time I think anybody's gonna see Luna not blue. Ta-da!
yeah. Right, you get to see me in my normal undead ghost self.
Yes. Unfortunately for
You-
the viewers, she was not born blue. She is a different
Yeah.
color. So
And those of you that have been checking out our YouTube, that have been on there, you noticed that last Adventure Continues went up in video format, and we're doing it again today. And this week, I gotta say, it looks a lot better than last time. Last
Hey.
time, I think we just threw it together at the last minute and just kind of went with it.
Mhm.
But yeah, it looked. I like the new layout. This is much better for sure. This episode 12. Ooh, we're going over sessions 25, tossing salad, and 26, newfound friends. See how two opposite ends of the fucking spectrum those titles are.
is this why you
Mhm.
don't let me be in control of what it's titled? It's your own fault.
I was present.
Someone recommended tossing salad. Who was it?
Me.
Well, it was Colby.
This is
Colby.
called the duality of man. All right.
Yeah.
The best part is, like, Colby, I think you recommended, like, tossed salad, and I
Tossed
said
salad
it,
because we fucking tossed that shit. All right.
and then Luna and I were talking about it, and she was like, tossing salad, and I was like, yeah, that sounds better. We're gonna do that.
Opposites.
It puts you in more,
Yeah.
right?
I-
Like it invites you to come be a part of it.
Look,
Right.
Tim was in enough. All right.
Yeah, you don't get any more in than Tim was in that moment.
This time, salad ate you.
I didn't agree to that.
Neither did Tim.
which we can jump
True.
right into with tossing salad. The
God, we're stuck with that.
We're-
It was funny when I got the little notification like, wow, they published with that? Wow, that's funny. And now here we are.
yeah.
Here we are.
So
Beautiful.
that man, if that's what you got to highlight on what we're stuck with, you should go back and read some of the other session titles that I didn't catch until it was too late. I like all of our session titles. I really do. Even the ones that I'm like, what the fuck? It's like they're really funny. I enjoy them, and I hope that our viewers appreciate them as much as I do. Session 25 started with you all leaving Thrix to head
Mhm.
towards the columns of smoke in the distance. I got to ask, any thoughts on leaving Thrix when you did? Like,
I want to go.
I mean,
mhm.
yeah, we could go. I don't like how you asked that.
Well, so it's like this. This is my thought process. Like, this is why I'm asking this question. You left. You moved on to Saxondale, and you have been very adamant about go, 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 go. You know, like we have to keep moving. You know, we're on a time schedule that we don't know what the deadline is. You know, so are you gonna come back through Thrix and stop and look at more stuff? Like,
Greystone's probably leveled anyway, so
I mean, the way I see it, I mean, that's one way to see it. The way I see it is like, if all this stuff with Saxondale doesn't like bear fruit, then yeah, we have to dig through Thrix more. But like,
True.
and also like, if the best that James can get us is some Goliath, like they're big, strong people, but like this is way beyond anything that I'm sure they've dealt with. So
Potentially.
I think there's a good chance we're going to be going back to Thrix. It's just a matter of, getting something useful as quick as possible, and then once we get that, then we head back.
Yeah. There is the saying that you can never be too prepared, right? That is a good point. When you guys left Thrix, I was like, I don't know why, but there was just this voice in my head like, man, I can't believe they're leaving already. I don't know,
I
'cause
think
it's a
we're
big
all gonna go
city.
back.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, no, it's definitely a big city, and I feel like there's definitely more that could be gathered there.
Mhm.
Because there were definitely a lot of places that were mentioned that was like, ooh, maybe, ooh, maybe.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I tried to make as many. I didn't want to be like, there's 3 named places on this map. It's like, no, we need more than just a couple of points. Yeah. So, but you guys left Thrift, and head towards the smoke columns. It took you about a day and a half until you finally found signs of civilization, in the form of some buildings. You seemed pretty surprised, whether it was in character or not, Yurko, when it was there's buildings. Like, when I
Yeah.
mentioned that, yeah,
Like, it's crazy to think that, like, Thrix was obliterated, and then this whole village, like, however many miles away. Like, maybe it was a matter of scale. Like, maybe I was misunderstanding exactly how far away the, like, smoke pillars were. But, um, because of how destroyed Thrix was, I assumed we were finding, like, like refugees at best or something like that. You know what I
okay.
mean?
Yeah,
Even though that's still kind of that stretches credulity because Thrax was destroyed however many 100 years ago. But
yeah.
like I was
12,
expecting
I
like a
believe.
little camp.
Hmm.
Like, yeah.
Yeah. What was that, Colby?
Said 12, I believe. 1,200
Well,
years ago.
yeah.
Something like that.
Hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, you found buildings, and Tim found his people. Farmers. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, farmers with books.
Well, they did.
Tim
That's
is
true.
The ones he
Tim is a
spoke
man
to.
of many peoples.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He is. I believe that. Yeah, that was Griff and Robbie?
Robbie?
Yeah, Robbie. Griff and Robbie. Um I don't know why. I was like, when I designed Saxondale, I'm like, well, first thing that's gonna be there is farms. And then I'm like, I know exactly what's gonna happen. I was like, Tim's just gonna beeline it for the farm.
I really tried to fight that urge.
Hey, you
And
know
then
what?
Cassidy was like, hey, Tim, maybe we should talk to them. I was like, perfect. I don't need to fight anymore.
It's been suggested. I must go. Yes. So spoke to them though. They directed you. They said to go see Callista. And kind of sent you on your way. They introduced themselves as you were departing. I made I gave you a small list of some of the things you observed that they were growing. And for the life of me, I can't remember if they were the same things you have in Gray Stand or not, of what you
There was
observed.
There was a little bit of overlap.
Yeah.
We do a
Okay.
lot of root vegetables anyway,
Yes.
which in these climates makes sense. So
Yeah.
carrots were a given. They did have pansies where we did not
Yes.
specifically have pansies.
Yes. Yeah.
And I remember saying bunch of fucking pansies.
Yes, you
Hey,
did.
like that.
Mhm.
I recall this as well. So you got your information from Griff and Robbie. Continued on your way. I appreciated the separation of group for a little while until you eventually got funneled into that seemingly harmless pathway,
Mhm.
which moving through, you finally started to hear an odd shifting and cracking of limbs as this archway, which looked like an archway, was actually a giant shambling mound that crashed down on you. Poor Tim. The crops yielded you that day.
Tim got eaten.
Mhm.
They got
Right.
their revenge.
Well, not really eaten, but
Oh, hey. I got that farming resilience.
Yep, yep.
Plants couldn't hurt me.
I gotta tell you, so I think that mechanically, I think that fight went pretty well.
Mhm.
Shambling mounds, I don't know what it is. The very first time I ever put some of them on paper for an encounter, I don't know what level the party was, but I put 2 of them in the combat, and I
Mhm.
almost killed the whole party.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Story, you
Yep.
remember that?
I sure do.
I was panicking because they're like fire, and I'm like, yeah, okay, great, never mind. It's not vulnerable to fire. Forget it. If anything, I think it's like resistant.
It is
Yeah, it's
resistant to
yeah.
fire. Yeah.
Yes, the giant plant monster is resistant to fire. Like I don't even know.
Too wet.
Have you ever tried to burn a freshly cut tree? It's not fun.
Really?
It's
Yeah.
too wet.
Shit
Okay.
don't burn. You gotta let you gotta let it dry.
Too moist. Morning
Mm.
dew.
Autumn moist.
It's too
Um,
wet.
but yeah, I don't know. Ever since I almost wiped the party, every time I use a shambling mound creature, I'm like, is it too much? Is it going to be too much for them? How many of them are there? Because like the encounter calculator that I'll often refer to if I'm unsure was like, this is easy, and I'm like, no, it's not fucking easy, you liar. It's like there's so much you're not accounting for.
Could I suggest perhaps skill issue?
Skill
Oh.
issue? Oh,
Oh.
maybe. Who knows? But it
I
was
have PTSD from that 2 shambling mound attack.
yeah.
So let's
You got chewed up in it.
I know. Please don't do that to me again.
You look at how those things rate fucking swarm creatures.
Mm-hmm.
Bogus.
I know. Yeah. Yeah. Swarm creatures are nasty. Especially the centipedes, because they deal damage to you like 3 different times with a single attack. And what's funny with this shambling mound too, because I took it and I'm like, they're level 5. Like it can't be too weak. So then I made it bigger in size. I'm like, well, it can hit a little bit more now. And then I raised its health. It's like, what else can I do to this thing? By the time I was done, I was like, oh fuck, I hope this doesn't kill me. It's like
It almost
Hmm?
well, it ate Tim and almost one-shot Ulrich, am I right? So
No,
Yeah.
did it almost
Yeah.
one-shot Ulrich, the shambling man? I don't think so.
Not
It
like
definitely
kill
did.
outright, but
It definitely did more than half my health in one hit.
Oh, you're right. Okay, yeah. You
Mhm.
know what, man? Like, I can't. Me and the encounter calculator cannot like balance out a high damage roll. Like, it was 3d8s for damage. I think I rolled 2 8s and a 6, and then
Jeez.
whatever the modifier was, I was just like, what just happened? You did survive the combat, though. Fortunately,
We did live.
Yes,
Yeah.
you lived to see another scene. You did head deeper into the village, to which there was no real response to you being attacked by this thing and you destroying it. So heading deeper, you did see more villagers that just appeared to not want anything to do with you, either putting up like a defensive stance, like socially defensive, crossing their arms, just watching you, or you
Closing the
had
blinds.
closing the blinds. Exactly. Yes. Um, yes, middle fingers. Yes. And you did eventually come across, or you noticed. I don't remember who it was. I think it was Cassidy. Noticed an individual off to the side, a hooded individual who beckoned you over. And you all decided to follow him, which I gotta say, I was pretty surprised, but also pleasantly surprised. what was there a reasoning there to follow up on this stranger's come this way? Can't hear you, Tim. Or Kofi.
Cassidy's quiet wisdom and insight. I trust
I-
her on just like a certain level. It's almost as high as Tallulah, you know?
Okay.
I mean, what else are we gonna do, man? Like,
Could've
we're
gone-
running out of options.
You could have gone to try and find Callista. I mean, clearly it's good you didn't, but
hmm
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was surprised, but I'm glad that you went along because it was a doorway I had opened. I was like, this is a sketchy looking doorway, but I hope they go in. Sometimes you
sketchy looking doorways.
yeah. Sometimes you plan for something and it's like, man, I wouldn't fucking do this, but hopefully they do because I don't know how else to introduce this right
Mhm.
away.
Mhm.
It's like this, considering you guys didn't know what the whole situation was yet in the town. It's like, how do I do this? But you.
I mean, I think it helped that the townspeople were kind of sketchy. Like, I think you had described, like, there's something off about them.
Mhm. Yeah.
It gave very, like, I don't know. I don't have a pop culture reference off the top of my head. But, like, the town's possessed. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
I kind of got that vibe, at least.
Hmm.
So I was like, ooh, a dissenter. Perhaps he can enlighten us. He can explain the situation. Yeah.
A rebel with a. So you did follow this individual who revealed himself as James, to which Tim introduced himself, to which Ulrich got upset because moments before he said, "Don't give any names." I fucking love that that's become like a consistent thing. You
Mhm.
sense Faye. Don't tell anybody your names. Hey, my name is.
And people wonder why Ulrich's grumpy. People wonder why he's a little on edge.
Is he graying yet?
Yeah. He's 26.
The man bun is there to cover the bald spot.
Right. Somebody get this man a newspaper and a bathrobe and some slippers. Let him stand out on the front lawn.
He's got better than a bathrobe. He's got a cloak. I'm gonna put my cloak on.
Okay,
Okay.
you put your cloak on.
You do you, boo.
So Tim and James introduced themselves to each other. Started asking the group, "Where did you come from? Why are you here?" And remarked that the fact that they had two envoys with them was a sign of power. That's where that kind of ended for the session.
Does this count for my entry into the Hat Club?
Yes, I accept
Great.
this.
Yeah.
I
Full
accept-
body hat. Love it. You're more committed than the rest of us.
Mhm.
Jesus Christ.
Do I look mysterious?
You probably have to like almost cover your eyes for the mysterious look. Yes, there you
Yeah,
go.
there we go. There we go.
Now just go, do it.
If you don't mind, do the Kubrick stare.
The
With that,
Kubrick stare?
yeah, with the hood lowered for me.
I don't know the Kubrick stare. Is it like this?
No, it's
At least see what I can do.
head tilted down, eyes
Beautiful.
looking up with
Yeah.
a smile.
There you go. See, video adds a whole extra layer to this show now.
Yeah, it does.
If
Yep.
you're listening
Hey,
to the podcast portion of this show, check out YouTube to see the visual shenanigans that go with this.
Oh yeah. Sorry, podcast people.
Oh, it's
We're gonna do shit that won't make sense for you anymore.
And then like and subscribe while you're there.
Yeah.
um,
I can wrap my cloak around me and use it like a little blankie.
on that note, guys, since the majority of you are here right now, I know we're short and amber, but I'd like to take Adventure Continues to stream. That would cover, we'd be a little more active on Twitch, and I think that would be good for chat
Ooh.
interaction, so we could talk to all of you while we're doing this and answer questions. So, maybe coming soon.
Something to talk about.
It is.
You
Yes.
should probably cut this out if we don't do it.
Yeah.
I said if. It's okay.
If
Jedi mind trick. You didn't hear any of this. Anyway,
Hmm.
that was it for session 25. I almost said 26. In session 26, Newfound Friends. It picked up right where we left off, and you started to share your problems with James. I think is the best way to put this.
Mm-hmm.
Because you all just started to discuss. You asked James questions, Yurko. I don't remember what exactly they were, like right off the bat. He answered, and you turned to the group and said, "Yeah, I don't think there's anything for us here." Like immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
Pretty
remember
rude.
exactly what I said. Well, because like we got our own trade going on, and I was like, "What's your deal?" And he was like, "Well, we're in dire straits. We're a fraction of the community we once were, and we're in desperate need of help." And I was like, "This guy's got nothing for us." Like,
I
That is
mean,
literally
to
what you said. There's nothing for us
Mhm.
here.
yeah,
be fair, I was thinking the same damn thing. I was like, yeah, this is a dead end. Let's go back to the Cerebellum
Yeah.
Elementum.
it's like we're not here for a side quest. Sorry, buddy. Like, we're good on XP.
He had made the comment about the envoys again, and I just put my hands on my hips and I was like, yes, we are. We are envoys and facts.
Oh my god. Yes. So
That was fun.
it was funny. As you stated that there's nothing for you here, he did ask, what do you want? Like what are you looking for? And you all did elaborate. You started to tell him about ironwood trees in Myrna and all of that, to which he wasn't familiar with the name. I I rolled to see if he had ever seen the name before, and I rolled like a 3. I don't know, something very low. But he proposed a deal that if you help him find the source, or to uproot the source of his problem in Saxondale, that he would help introduce you to some individuals that could help you with your problem. Um, and I think there might have been an implication of Saxondale offering help in some way, however that may be. I can't recall exactly, but I feel like that was implied, at least from James.
I know we
He-
were. Oh, sorry.
No, please go ahead.
I know we requested library access as well. I don't know if that's what it was, but
Yeah, you did mention that.
I don't think Ulrich was on board until they mentioned that there was another community that might help. And then Ulrich was like, okay, well, maybe they're more useful, frankly. Because this is a bunch of farmers who are actively
Yeah.
possessed, Sorry, Goldie.
Bunch of farmers.
I don't know if you've noticed, but you're kind of an outlier amongst your family.
Fucking meet some farmers.
Yeah.
to be honest, we've met more farmers than anything. Isn't
Yeah.
Katie a farmer?
What?
Farmer's wife.
Something.
Dude.
Dude.
Yeah, Katie and her
Yeah.
husband are farmers. Yes, that is true.
You tell Ulrich that, he'll say, I know more farmers than I intended already.
Hey, there's no supermarket. People gotta grow their grow and kill their own food. It's a lot easier to grow than to hunt. So
Even so, even if there are supermarkets, where do you think it comes from?
Indeed.
Mm.
true.
Indeed.
So he did propose this deal, to which you guys kind of like wanted to speak amongst yourselves. Essentially, I believe is what the idea was. Talking to him more about what was going on, he refers to the village as being asleep.
Hmm.
as if the villagers themselves are living some sort of dream. Like everything to them is normal, and anything outlandish that happens, they just dismiss entirely, don't question it, etc. And then, of course, him and the villagers that he has gathered in this little exodus, whatever you want to call it, where their camp is, refers to them as being the awakened. He isn't sure just how long the village has been asleep prior to his awakening. I think you even asked him when the last time the envoys came to him, and he said he thinks it was 5 years ago, but he doesn't know for sure.
I really doubt. I don't know why. I just kind of feel like the envoys won't go anywhere near Thrix. I feel like I don't really have a reason to believe that, but like if they weren't avoiding the place, I feel like they would have done something to rebuild it. Because they clearly were deeply invested in the place, right?
Seems like
mean,
it. You could
yeah.
definitely get that impression.
The impression that I got, and Ulrich kind of amplified it in his own mind because he's such a pessimist. But like, I would bet that if we brought up Thrix to like Callus or someone, they'd be like ashamed. Maybe they'd be like defensive about it. You know,
I think we could even get a violent reaction worse than what Rena got.
From Callus, certainly.
He'd be like, "All right, who have you told? Because I need a list of people."
Might as well let me bring it up again.
I honestly, I feel like the reason
There's
there's better options for that.
God damn.
You must like the power.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. It's the daddy issues.
All right.
Anyway.
I feel like the reason Thrix hasn't been rebuilt is because it's kind of like a quiet monument to whatever happened there. It's a reminder for them. Whatever lesson they needed to learn, it's there for that. I don't know what that is yet.
I don't know.
Hope to find out.
I didn't get a vibe that the envoys are big on learning lessons. I don't think they have too much ego for that, in my estimation.
Maybe that was the only lesson they learned.
You also have to keep in mind that there's a hierarchy. It's not just the envoys. They answer supposedly to this originator fellow. Thrix himself, maybe. So, there could be a direct order from him.
It could be.
And who knows? Maybe 1,200 years ago they were a little more humble. That's a long time.
Maybe, yeah.
Or maybe they weren't, and that was the problem.
Maybe. There's a lot of good ideas circling here, and I love hearing it. Yeah.
If we take nothing back from this city, I just want the plumbing. That's all I want. The plumbing. Like,
just the plumbing. Nothing else matters.
Listen, everyone. Trust me on this. We have to dig a hole under your shit buckets. I know it sounds crazy, but just hear me out.
We're gonna lay pipe, all right? And you're gonna like it, but it's not the same kind you're used to.
Speaking of pipe, James made us hold his pipe.
Rod.
Yeah. It wasn't hollow.
Potato.
I mean,
it was solid.
Stop it.
And it was cold, which isn't healthy.
Yeah, yes.
He was looking for someone to warm it up.
He was waiting for that spark.
Yep.
And then Thea got it.
Yeah.
He was wanting something hot.
This is too much. We need to move on.
At least it didn't grow. That would have been worse.
Yeah.
He did present a metallic rod to them to touch. When I say it like that, it's so much worse. It was
With our fingies.
a litmus test. This is the best way to explain it. That reacts to the presence of fey creatures. When a fey touches it, they would experience pain. Everyone touched it without issue, except for Anthea, who I rolled for Anthea, and she saved on her, what was it? Con save. I forget what. Yeah, Constitution saving throw. So she didn't get injured, but it reacted to her nonetheless, creating smoke in her hand. He did ask you all if you trust him. Ulrich made it a point to look at everybody else and not James to answer this question. Thank you, Yurko. And you guys did tell him you trust her, so Tim the most, I believe, stood up for her, saying she's helped out, put herself at risk numerous times to help. So he led you to the encampment where I think I said it was like a third of the village is located. Just the people with lean-tos and tents. I think it's from what he told you guys as you were on your way there, the discussion about losing a lot of, there was bloodshed when the realization of their predicament came about. They lost a lot of people and things of that nature, and then seeing who he has with him, I think it was probably pretty clear at that point, I think, that he has been shorthanded when it's come to any sort of means to help himself until you guys came along.
Sorry, I got sucked into what exactly cold iron is.
Oh yes.
I gotta say, in D&D, do they describe cold iron as being cold?
No,
Okay,
it's just the way it's created.
Okay.
Like low temperature smelting, isn't it? If I recall correctly.
I'm looking into it, and from what I can read, cold iron is just iron.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just the way that it's prepared. Yeah.
It's like if you've ever seen like a moon touched weapon, I think it's called, or something like that. It's just a weapon that sat under the moon. I think maybe a small ritual was involved, and it gives it like a little flavor.
Well, there you go. The Fae and cold iron have been a thing for like a long time.
Oh,
a lot
yes,
of different lore
absolutely.
things. So I enjoy that for whatever reason. It's like, yes, this is a thing here too. When you
I just think it's funny because you described it as physically being cold to the touch.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
which was intentional. That like that's despite real world how cold iron is made aside. Like I wanted that to be a feature of it. When you are brought to this encampment, Anthea and Katie immediately decided to mingle with the villagers, to which Ulrich warned both of them individually, don't get attached.
Yeah.
And
it does kind of aggravate Ulrich. How?
Sorry. Nothing.
But no, what'd you say? Could you repeat that, please?
What doesn't?
Fair.
It does. You know what does not? Wait, hold on. I gotta think.
You have to think of what doesn't.
Yeah, I have to think about what doesn't aggravate Ulrich.
We need
Three
a
of the other
walkthrough.
rangers. 3 of the other rangers don't annoy Ulrich.
Sawten could get on Ulrich's nerves.
A little bit.
Okay, 2 of the other rangers. Sorry.
Yeah, Kindle and Viren are fine.
Oh, and
but anyway.
There you go.
Oh, and who? And what?
Crass.
Oh yeah, Crass.
He's okay.
They're family.
He raised me, but he's all right.
They're family. Family never gets on your nerves.
Hell yeah, Rena didn't make that list.
Nobody in the measure made that list.
Ulrich does find it kind of aggravating how Anthea and Katie kind of act like this is like a fun trip, like it's a field trip. Like Katie's like, "Oh, I'm gonna hang out with these people and fucking like." Especially from Katie, there's kind of like an irreverence to the like gravity of the situation that he dislikes, like because her like stated mission statement, like her goal is officially to fuck around until she gets whatever she's looking for. So
find out.
Ulrich's like, yeah, sure, cool. Mingle with these people while we're trying to do something really serious. No skin off your back, right? You're just trying to get back to your timeline. Like, and Anthea as well a little bit, which was more Ulrich just being a dick. But
They very Fae-like of both of them. I know Katie's not a
Mhm.
Fae, but considering the company she likes to keep, I feel it makes sense. And Katie did
Yeah.
say, I will point out, she was looking to get villagers' perspective on
It's reconnaissance.
doesn't matter. Like, sure, I guess.
They reconnoitered.
Mm-hmm.
it.
Not the connoitering.
And Anthea made sure to tell Ulrich, don't get too mad. He walked away.
Yeah.
I'm sure
Which-
that helps a lot, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, Ulrich loves it when people tell him to not be angry. That's great.
Well,
It's the way to not get him to be angry, right?
yeah.
Yeah,
Just tell
like
him not
telling
to.
someone calm down.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus. Oh.
Sorry, Yurko.
We love you, Yurko. We
Thank
love
you.
Ulrich too. We just, like to poke.
It's so fun to push the buttons.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you also, while you were there, gaining your own perspective on the situation by talking to James and discussing with other prominent individuals, if you will. I don't want to know what you two are cracking up about. I'm just gonna fucking move past this. You were all introduced to Ash, who's the village smith, Nathaniel, and whose role hasn't been really talked about, or if he has a role, and as well as you met the village leader, Callista. Nathaniel was explained to you because you went to him and asked about the allies that he could introduce you to. Since he can't get to them currently, the next best thing was to introduce you to Nathaniel, who is from that group of allies, who was a hulking, air-headed Goliath.
Was he really airheaded?
Wonderful.
He's just really fucking positive
Yeah.
and very
Ulrich-
like, jubilant.
Can I tell you guys something?
Hmm.
Ulrich didn't have a problem with Nathaniel.
That's good.
Nathaniel's just there, and he doesn't. What's a nice way to say this?
That's always good.
Nathaniel, to me, at least from my impression, is like a happy bungle in human.
Yeah.
You talked about bungles with Nathaniel.
I did. That's why I was like, he probably gets along with him great.
I,
I feel it.
I felt like I was making him sound so unintelligent. Was just like, oh yeah, I really like to go visit and pet the bungles. Like, I was just like,
No.
why did I say that? He sounds like
It's wholesome. It's wholesome.
He sounds delightful. And that's what Ulrich. He's simple,
yeah.
not stupid. He's simple, and Ulrich appreciates.
He
that.
really is. Like,
He's like, here's a man who just he knows what he's about,
he knows what he
and
likes.
he knows what he likes, and yeah.
So when Rena turns around and calls him simple,
Oh, you
Calls who
special
simple?
boy.
Maybe that's what his mother wanted. All right.
oh,
Maybe.
Nathaniel's a delight.
Well, I'm glad that you like Nathaniel. Uh, and I'm like slight sidebar to this. I was playing a character in another game that used the same voice, and that character just died in that other game. And I'm like, I can now use this voice and not feel like I'm double dipping. I mean, I didn't want the character to die, but anyway, it happened. So,
Silver linings. Yeah.
yeah,
R.I.P.
silver
Luca.
linings, exactly. Yeah, rest in peace. Um, you did talk to James some more about the situation, so you could further gauge if you want to get involved with Saxondale's problems and take up this offer. And you you made successful attempts to convince James that Rena, or should I say Fisher, and Rarissa are envoys. Guys,
I did
So
a
I gotta
damn
come
good
up with
job.
an envoy name for Rarissa now.
Yeah.
yeah. What did you say, Sora?
I said I did a damn good job.
You did do a good
You
job.
did,
I rolled
yeah.
a nat 20.
You did, yeah.
Yeah.
I would have introduced y'all as envoys in training, like we were your practice group.
Yeah, you know what's funny is I literally
Okay.
said that to JT out of at a session afterwards. I was like, we could literally just say that we're in training, like. So
You could try.
But we could try, but that might tip him off because, like, he might know more about the envoys than we do. Maybe they don't go through training.
he
They
knows
only
about
ever got
something.
one.
He seems. I mean, he's still
Well-
talking about envoys in ways that we don't.
They
Right?
had Quest, but they also had two others when they had the group of 3. So
Yeah,
they've had 3 at once.
You just don't know
Oh,
who
they
the other
have?
two are.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, no, he
No.
did say who the other two were.
Yeah, I don't think I wrote their names down.
I didn't because I wasn't there for the conversation.
All right,
I don't write anything down.
Valen.
Props. I
believe
miss
that-
playing those characters.
Their names were Honor and Vanity.
Yes.
Ooh, honor.
Yeah,
Sounds like a guy with a stick up his ass.
maybe.
Mm.
They might be ironic names. You don't know.
We've
It's true.
I don't know. Callous and Fear are pretty.
On the nose.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Fear?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
I'm so glad. I really
I
am.
love her, but she's terrifying.
Yeah. She's horrifying.
Well, thank you. I worked
I
on
haven't
it.
seen much piousness from Piety yet, but I'm looking forward to it.
I mean, that depends. Pious is relative. It depends on what her
It's true.
code is, you know?
Yep.
Pious by whomst.
We know we've made an impact if they're coming to visit off schedule, as we discovered that Quest was doing that as well.
I'm
Yes.
I see you smiling over there, Colby.
hoping.
I'm looking
Um,
forward
More
to it.
questions.
Brenna did attempt to be, I don't know if forceful is the right word. Yeah, forceful with James about helping. But James respectfully did not back down.
Respectfully told her to fuck off, yeah.
Yes.
She was fishing for information.
I
He
was.
Yep, and he gave her a boot.
First catch of the day.
So, as the envoys coming to visit this village, I'm requesting
Mhm.
access to your library. Some shit like that, whatever the
yeah,
fuck I
it
said.
was, yeah.
Yeah.
He was like, yeah, that's nice. You could try, but
Mm.
I don't remember what James said. He was asked a question. I couldn't find it when I was going over the session because I was skipping through and taking notes, but something I think that Ulrich asked James, he gave him an answer, and Yurko, you just went, Ulrich likes James now. It was something
It
protective.
was- Yeah, it was. Ulrich liked that. Like Ulrich was being a hard ass about, like, you know, we can't help you unless you have something for us, right?
Mhm.
And James was like, I can't help you unless you have something for us. And
Mhm.
Ulrich was like, this guy gets it.
Yeah.
It was also about his general attitude to the envoys.
Oh, right.
Oh yeah.
Because James was like, I mean, yeah, I'm going to be accommodating, but I'm not going to let even the envoys walk all over me. And that was one of the things that I remember Ulrich being
That's
like,
right.
"I like this guy.
Yeah.
Which is
I like
kind
the
of
cut his
hilarious.
jib."
Yeah.
Right in front of the twins.
It was hilarious
Yeah.
because the envoy in question was Retta, and she was right there. James told Retta to fuck off, and Ulrich was like, "Hell yeah, this guy."
Rena will remember that.
This is it.
What
Oh
was
my
that,
God.
Luna?
I'm just saying, you're just like, yeah, this is it.
Yeah.
This is the moment.
And I get a yee yee.
Yeah.
Lena's gonna fucking drop bear on Ulrich when he's not looking, just right from that tree, just
Do you think you can get the best of
Oh.
Ulrich from a tree?
That kind
Hey.
of bear.
Yeah, that. Never know.
This campaign.
Not in this campaign, yeah.
um
But no, you can't sneak up on Ulrich from a tree because you know where there are trees.
I'm a
It's the
ranger.
Planetarium.
Sorry.
I get double proficiency on my perception tests in the woods. All right, fucking try me.
That's just another
Try
chance to
me.
roll in
When-
that one. Okay. um so after, I think it was after the bulk of that though, that you guys decided, okay, we're gonna help them.
Yeah.
You know, which, yay,
Yeah,
new
yay.
friends, allies.
Uh-huh.
You did ask him, I don't remember if it was before or after that, what you already brought up, Sora. James mentioned that the Envoy quest came more often than their schedule laid out, often coming just to like check in and see how everybody's doing.
And he wouldn't tell me who she went to go see.
He said it was
Like-
like, everybody. He said there was a few people she would check in with, and blah blah blah.
Yeah, but I was like, was there anyone she seemed to spend more time with? And he was like, no. I was like, insight check.
Yeah.
It's not too likely that, since it's a she, I don't see her leaving a package behind like she, your Rena
Right.
and Marissa's father did. So
You could pick one up.
yeah, but there's probably consequences to that. So
Can you imagine someone
Probably being mindful.
sent an envoy back to the originator knocked up? Oh my god.
we're changing your name to Promiscuous.
Maybe I was wrong when I named.
Oh my
Maybe
god.
I should have defined your quest.
To be the best
God.
time for the leave Discord sound.
um
Damn.
Damn, indeed. Let's see. Cassidy, who Amber's not here, unfortunately, to discuss this, but she was had quite a few interactions during this session with the NPC. She talked with Ash, the Fire Genasi Smith, about his trade and how he does things, what types of materials he uses, which you all learned is different from what you have in Grey Stand. What, Yurko? I see you.
I was just thinking, you need fire and stone to work a forge.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Earth Genasi, Fire Genasi, yeah.
I thought that was gonna get a bigger reaction, to be honest. I thought you guys would have liked that more.
I appreciate it. And
Thank you.
Cassidy was checking them out.
It's because we ship them, guys.
Yeah,
We ship them hard.
Cash.
Yeah.
calling it cash.
They can have a
Cash.
Smith baby.
A what?
A smoke.
Smith baby.
Oh,
Smith,
I
baby.
thought you said soot.
I thought you said smoke.
I
Are
think
we
all of
okay?
these I think we're all just kind of at the end of the week. It's been
Mhm.
long. It's tiring. So she spoke with Ash. They had their little back and forth. She also spoke with Nathaniel about his people, just because I don't think she was there when that discussion was being had in character. So she kind of talked to him. I think the main thing that was to pull from that is his people respect a show of strength. Like, that was the big thing that he said, I think, and you just got to feel for his gentle giant demeanor. If well.
And
Yeah, go
I
ahead.
know Tim and Ulrich are kind of like more of the official diplomats for the group, but
Yeah.
Which is
Cassidy,
bonkers.
right?
Yeah.
Cassidy is a great just conversationalist.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
She's got that quietness to her. I think it helps to lower a lot of people's guards.
Yeah, for
This
sure.
is
She can glean things.
this is kind of something that I've noticed and that I have been kind of concerned about is like Ulrich has kind of fallen into this like voice for the party position, which uh the way that I picture it, I imagine that amongst the Rangers is just kind of a case of like if you have something you want to say, speak up, you know? Like and it's like it's equal among the Rangers. So Ulrich kind of has this idea of like if I have something to say, I speak up. Um but I worry, especially like both in and out of character, the dynamic. I don't want it to be like let Ulrich always talks first, you know what I mean? So like um yeah. I don't know. Do you guys have thoughts on that? Did you guys get that vibe?
I always
Like
just felt like Ulrich was trying to get ahead of everybody before they say something that's going to damn the group.
Well-
I kind of get that.
I mean no.
Otherwise, you might hear a lot more. Hey, my name's Tim. You know?
Yeah. I mean, okay. So I'll
this
set
is
the
why you're
record straight.
dad, just so you know.
Yeah.
He never wanted to be dad, all right?
Too bad. Too bad. Too
Hey,
bad, Dad.
We don't pick our roles. Our roles pick us, okay?
This is I'll set the record straight out of character, and this is called for everyone listening. This is called communicating with your group. Ulrich, like he's not trying to be the voice of the group. It's just that like something needs to be said, and then there's like a moment of silence, and it's like, well, I have an answer. You know what I mean? Like if nobody else is going to speak up, I will speak up. But like, please, I've especially noticed because Cassidy will be like, "Can I say something?" And Ulrich's like, "Yes." Like
I think this is part of her personality. What's that, Sora?
Mm-hmm.
I said I raise my hand often
You
too.
do.
You do, yeah. So you know, I mean, if we need to have this conversation in character as well, we can. But like, I'm letting you guys know, Ulrich is not trying to like be the leader of this group. I think he just has more experience, like
That's too damn bad.
taking initiative. If you guys want him to be the leader, he'll fucking do it. But like, you know,
I like the diplomacy approach personally that you've been taking. So
To
me?
me,
all of you,
Oh.
because you all look
Mhm.
to each other and are like, should we do this?
Yeah.
Group dynamic, yes.
We had a nice discussion about everything. Like, yeah, it's good.
That was nice. Yeah.
But let's be honest, if Rena led every conversation, everything would have been burned to the ground by now.
Yeah.
Like, it's
yeah, part of it is like, yeah, we want to, in my mind at least, is like, yeah, okay, we're leaning on Ulrich to kind of take lead on this so that we don't say something too damning. But it's also like, all right, if I say something, it's more likely that he'll take issue with it than anyone else. So I'll let him lead. That way I've got less of a chance of stepping on toes
I
and
mean,
encountering unforeseen consequences.
Ulrich kind of sets the boundaries, doesn't he?
Yeah.
apparently, I don't know. Y'all need to work with the Rangers, all right? We're not that shy. We like, we'll be like, hey,
I don't think this group.
the fuck you doing? Yeah, like,
Yeah,
I
look
can't
how
wait
loud Ricky
until-
I
is.
picture the Rangers and maybe JT. Like, what I'm picturing Ulrich's time with the Rangers, it's an idea of like if you're doing something dumb, they'll call you out. Like, hey,
Sure.
put that down. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and it's just
Yeah,
like it's
Dad.
just fine. Like, but it's equal. You know what I mean? Like, you can tell me I'm being stupid. I'll tell you tomorrow you're being stupid, and we keep each other in check because we're doing really dangerous, really important work.
I just
Right?
picture Ulrich yelling at Ricky because he's running with a stick in his hand.
What do you have? A stick.
You're also
No.
forgetting something there, Ulrich
Yeah.
or Yurko. You're all
Mhm.
Rangers. So you're all on that equal footing anyway. You've all had the
Yeah.
same training, and you're all going through that stuff together. We all have different backgrounds in the measure.
It's
So
true.
we all bring different things to the table.
That does explain why not everybody sees it this way, but from Ulrich's perspective, which is, the one that I can speak to, we're doing work that's not dissimilar to the Ranger. We're all doing incredibly dangerous, incredibly important work. So we should not be sheepish about speaking up,
Oh boy. If Ulrich wants to bring that up to the group, I will make sure to have a no shit bar to grab onto.
Oh, so you want me to speak up? Okay.
That couldn't have sounded more innocently devilish.
That sounded quite
That's
foreboding.
perfect. That's perfect.
When has Ulrich ever told anyone to not voice their opinion? He's always wanted to hear it.
Hey, you know
Just
what?
wait.
Yeah, just wait. You'll learn your lesson.
You'll
Okay.
regret having this conversation.
I'm just teasing you.
I'm not.
Do you see what happens when you try to introduce a little egalitarianism into a group? It goes to chaos.
Yeah.
This is
honestly,
why
we
free
need-
speech is dangerous.
I tried to offer some
No,
equality, but
no,
I suppose I'll
this-
just maintain my position at the top.
It's not free speech. It's women. They don't need to have rights, right?
Oh my god!
God,
Whoa! Holy
That's a joke.
shit. I know. God. Oh.
We're gonna have to think long and hard about whether we're gonna cut that
Well,
one.
with that, can we take like 2 minutes so I can go refill my water and you guys can think about what you just did. Holy.
I'll be right back. Also,
Oh my god. Okay.
You sure you want to do this live?
Yeah. I mean, it's fine. There might not. Luna, are you okay?
Yes. Just
I-
it's fine, and I'm like, is it? Is it? Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay. It's fine. It was clearly a joke.
Yes.
So, Tim, I'm going to touch on what you did while we're waiting for them to come back. You started discussing some form of collaboration with Callista after everything's said and done.
Yeah.
Uh,
Because as far as Tim's concerned, finding another community, another village, it's huge. It's bigger than Thrix. Thrix is dead. Yeah, you could scavenge some information from it. The ruins, maybe. It's been 1,200 years. But another village, I had it in my mind whenever you introduced this world to us. And you told us, yeah, you don't have any contact with any other communities or anything. You just have the envoys. You're completely secluded. I was like, well, that's awful. They must be like a month or so away in travel one way. And that would be, dangerous, terrible, horrible. But 10 days.
Mhm.
And that's just the route we took. You might be able to even shorten it down a little bit. Having another village to communicate with, I mean, iron sharpens iron. You're not just depending on your own community there, having another perspective, seeing what they're doing, what they've got. That's massive. Trade routes alone would be fantastic. I mean,
Yeah.
the help that we could offer, even if we are so far away from each other, is still pretty substantial. It's a lot more than what we've got.
Ulrich's
Yeah.
already got ideas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to share that now, or?
Yeah, sure. Were we gonna take a break, or are we just keeping through?
I was
Because
just keeping
Trish
through.
is getting drink. Okay,
I'm
cool,
here.
cool, cool, cool.
He's here.
Hi.
Mhm.
Ulrich wants to build an outpost halfway between here and Grey Stand. A way to so that
resting
a
point.
place, for travelers. So you make the journey. You don't have to make the journey all the way from Grey Stand to
Saxondale.
Saxondale. You just have to journey to the outpost. You can rest for a day or two and then keep going. More than one, ideally. And I really feel like Ulrich would be like, I'm moving to the outpost. Like when
Oh.
all this shit with Myrna's done, he can be like, gang. It's been tight. We saved the village. You guys are cool. I'm gonna do ranger shit at the outpost. I'm gonna keep it safe from forest monsters, and I can live alone at the outpost and just see to the people who come and go. Yeah.
Picking up that hermit background, I see.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Alaric has retirement goals now. All of a sudden.
I feel that. Tim doesn't see himself retiring. He will never stop.
So yeah, that's kind of where my head was too. Some sort of outpost would be ideal to that situation because, traders, when there are traders, aren't going to be able to make that sort of a trip, not in this world. And just by themselves, they're going to need like a halfway point. And that's something that at some point in this campaign we can establish, which will be exciting. I look forward to the moments of world building that you guys are going to be able to do hands-on, like that outpost that could last for 100 years as a primary location in the Irish Forest and beyond.
And that'll work until Tim can get teleportation circles.
Right. Marissa, Luna. You and Anthea had some talks.
Oh boy.
Starting
boy.
with Anthea trying to catch up with Marissa about how she's been feeling and handling the discoveries they made in Thrix involving Void.
Yeah. That's old as hell. You know?
Daddy old.
Daddy old.
Daddy robbed that cradle hard.
Oh yeah.
Oh, gross.
That's a primordial soup, buddy.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't like this turn of phrase.
Well,
One question that was raised to Anthea that I think really put a measure on things, if you will, was when you asked her, were you alive when Dad used to visit the village? I mean, he's been alive for roughly more than 4 times your lifespan so far. So she's seen Void in person, and she's seen a lot more than that too. So
She would have watched our mom grow up.
yeah, as she is a whopping 125 years old.
Right? She probably saw Daddy more than I did.
Yes.
Oh,
Probably. No, yes, she has. Because she was there, when, well, you have to talk to her more to find out just how much she. Yeah, she would have seen your dad. She would have seen your mom grow up. She's most of the people in the village. Most of them she's seen grow up. She's probably, and she's witnessed a generation pass more than likely. So she's got some years on her. I loved that though. I was like, how old do you think I am? What do you mean? I was trying to turn that into that cute game of go ahead, flatter her, and it was just you getting nervous, whatever the answer was.
That was fun though. I did enjoy that moment.
Yeah. I felt I was like, oh, poor Riri, because you went off to go furiously throw daggers at a tree somewhere.
To be fair, she's needed that for a while.
Yeah.
She didn't really feel like she could do that at Thrix safely with all the stuff they ran into.
Yeah, I don't know what
Here she's feeling a little more like, okay, this is a little more like foresty, where
more like
what I'm
home.
used to kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So she was like, there's a fucking tree, let me go kill it. But yeah. Not the one Rena was sleeping in, because she definitely wouldn't want to disturb her sister with thonk. Thonk.
Yeah.
Thonk.
I am curious to see how that's going to pan out. I don't know how awkward that is for Marissa, but I mean, we're going to find out. I've been holding on to that for a long time. And I was actually talking to Sora about this a couple days ago. We were talking about the reveal of Anthea's age. And what did you say to me? It was like, you're always telling us that we should talk to the NPCs. They're there for a reason, blah, blah, blah. I'm
And
like,
now I know
now
why.
you know why. Yeah, like that. She's been sitting there this whole time. She even said at one point early on, when you guys were sitting in the court, she said, "Yeah, I've been around for a long time," and nobody said anything. And I'm like,
No one.
how did I just drop that? No one said
Too-
anything. Yeah,
Too
she-
much
I mean-
processing. Too much processing. There
There
was a whole
was.
new environment.
It
There's a lot
was-
going on.
It was
Mhm.
right after the Myrna fight, when you all were resting. It was like the next morning or something when she was still kind of like trying to like, I
She
don't
was
know,
shaken up.
trust herself, you know?
Mhm.
So yeah, she said like, I've been around for a long time, or I've seen a lot, something like that. And I was just like, bloop.
I mean, like, we have elves in the village, don't
You
we?
do. You do. Yeah, there are a
Yeah.
few for sure. What's his name? What's his name?
Earth.
Huh?
No, he's orc.
He's
Yeah, he's an orc.
he's half orc, half elf.
Sybil was half elf.
Yep, you've got a few. So yeah, they're
I'm just forgetting his name. I know who you're talking about. A
Is it-
carpenter.
Carpenter. Oh,
Was it Hadrian?
Adrian.
Adrian, yeah.
Elf?
Yeah,
I named him. Why don't I remember? He's a half elf, I think, yeah.
I named like 70 of the people in town. I cannot remember all their names. What's Lenar's dad's name?
Valdine.
Valdine, thank you. Okay, yeah, Valdine. I think
He's an ASMR.
no, he's an ASMR. It's the other one, not Crass, not Valdine, but
Oh Jesus!
the
Hold
one,
on.
the flamboyant one that doesn't get a lot of attention. What the fuck's his name?
Hold on. Calibrating. I'm getting there.
Mhm.
How funny actually worked. Hold on. Fuck. Umir.
Umir, yeah, Umir is an elf. He's a full
Yeah.
elf.
High elf. Yep.
High elf, yeah. So yeah, there are people in the village that span a decent amount of years. I think Anthea was probably the most unassuming. Oh, what's his name's been around for a while too. Fabadada, whatever.
Abada. Yeah.
He's been
So
around.
yeah,
for a long
Old,
time.
so
right?
there were long-lived people in the village.
A few.
So I think that's why Ulrich was just like, yeah, I bet. Like, Ulrich's a human.
Yeah.
Mayflies, you know?
Yeah,
Like, yeah.
yeah. I mean, I'm just thinking about like the twins probably less likely because people didn't really approach them or whatever. But like, you know, Tim, Ulrich, Cassidy, like, you probably remember seeing her looking just like she looks now when you were a kid. So,
Yeah.
the only reason I say the twins maybe not so much is because of the fact that people kind of stayed away from them for a long time, or you know, looked at them as a bad sign or a bad omen, whatever have you. But
You know what I just had the realization of?
Mm.
So prior to finding out that Dad could live to, he's at least 1,200 years old. We don't know how long we could live for. We could croak at any day now. Like I know it's like hella morbid, but
I think you'll probably notice that you're getting old before you just.
yeah.
I mean, you could get shot with an arrow. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, but I mean, in terms of like old age, it's not like, oh, well, first of all, our hair is already white. It's what is it? We're not going to notice if it starts turning gray. We might notice the wrinkles, but
You know
we
what?
don't have mirrors.
That's not your
right?
only sign.
Yeah.
So, but
Um,
I'm back.
yeah, that'll be another sign. And so after that, Riri went to go throw daggers. Anthea went and screamed into her bedroll because she felt like she fucked up real bad. Again, something that's yet to be seen, but hopefully she didn't for her poor little heart. And she talked to Tim and I forget who else, Katie, I think, about what she just did and how she really hopes she didn't just screw everything up. Which was cute. Uh,
Mhm.
but eventually, as you all began to drift to sleep, your sleep was signed off with the soft humming sound that you haven't heard in a long time.
Yeah, fuck off with that.
uh,
I was angry, so angry, practically livid to hear that. But I
yeah.
was also relieved.
Well,
Please.
Yeah. Well, that's solid. That's a solid fucking thing right there that we can directly relate to Myrna. The problem that we've been trying to find a solution to all this time, and here it is, out here, way the fuck out here in Saxondale Village. That's a
Mhm.
big thing. It hasn't been too present on in his demeanor or anything, but it definitely has been a concern for Tim the whole time. Um, but that's some comfort right there because it means this whole fucking trip wasn't a complete waste for sure. There's something solid, practically tangible right there. That link to Myrna could be something very, very useful, or it could be a way to explore further weaknesses, learn more information about her.
yeah,
It's a solid lead, all the same.
gives and it takes from your sanity.
I don't need sanity. I need answers.
Right. Fair. Fair. And yeah, and that's where that session ended. I cannot wait for next session.
Smay.
I can't wait to see you guys dive
It's
into
me.
all that. So yeah. So we're gonna cut this wonderful episode there with all these lovely people. Thank each of you for coming in. This was great. I long for the days where all of us can do this extra shit as a so,
Mm.
I hope we could do this with Amber one of these days too, where all 6 of us are in one spot doing the adventure continues.
Yeah.
Who knows? Next year in February when we're all together, maybe we can do a lot of these. So, fingers crossed. Um, yeah. So, does anybody have
Well, I
anything?
can do that too.
Can't see you though. You could
I
say you're
know.
doing whatever you want, and we'll just have to believe you.
I believe her.
Um, Anybody have anything they want to mention before we wrap up this adventure?
That comment was a joke.
Oh, yes. No, we know it's okay. I think we've said it like 10 times now.
Just bear repeating.
Uh, You know what? You can never be too thorough, right? Right.
I
Better safe
I have
than
something I want to
sorry,
say.
like condoms.
Um,
What?
I also wanted to wear a hat, but all the hats I have are I haven't worn since I was a child, and they don't fit me. I tried all of them on. These people were there. None of them fit.
It's all right.
You need to
You've
get some
got
new
a
hats, buddy.
you got a manhood right now.
Yeah.
We're gonna start a donation goal for Yurko to get some new hats.
That's yeah, sub goal for me to buy one hat.
Yep.
Hey, by the way, speaking of sub goals and stuff like that, Colby, that was a brilliant idea that I'm going to point out. So it's mentioned again. Like a sub goal or a donation goal for a one shot DM'd by Ricky.
Ugh.
Phenomenal. Like, I love that idea.
I'll give subs anonymous anonymously.
Anemone.
I said it right. Shut up.
I have
Anonymously to participate in that.
I know you.
I have an off podcast idea. I'll bring that up with you afterwards. So
Ooh.
yeah,
Way to tease
Okay.
the audience.
yeah.
Okay. Anything else?
Like and subscribe on YouTube.
Yeah.
That's all I know how to say. That's my
Yeah.
plug.
You know how to say plenty more than that.
Proven it time and time again.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Well, if that is it, we will see you all on Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for our next episode of the of Welcome to Grey Stand. And that is on twitch.tv/BBEGRPG. Thank you, everyone that tuned in and is listening right now. We'll see you next time as the adventure continues.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.